Hey, elementary leaders, it's me. This weekend is a very different weekend than what we typically do. We're doing response stations. Some of you have been around before and we've done that, some of you haven't. I personally love response stations. I think it gets kids moving a little bit more because they actually move around the room physically, and then they get to engage in different stations set up. And so I thought long and hard about this. I had the prep team here. Thanks, guys, for helping. And what we've decided, we're going to do it two different ways for 9 and 11, okay? So 9 o'clock, I'm going to speak to you first because you come before 11, all right? 9 o'clock, what we're going to do is we have 4, and I'm working on the 5th leader in the room. And the overview of the room is going to be, we are going to start right at 0 hour. If that means that a kid comes in late, that's okay. At 9:01, toys should be being put away, and we are gathering with the goal of being on the rugs at 9:05, okay? Attention to timing is very important this weekend because these are incredible opportunities for kids to really unpack the lesson and who Jesus is to them, and we don't want to miss it because we are playing basketball too long, okay? This is really important. This is important every week. It's really important this week. So like always, you're going to start in your connect group. I have the lesson here. I have so many lessons, and it printed on really big paper this week, so that's kind of fun. You're going to start in your connect time, and so Jeff, you are the large group leader for 9 o'clock, and so you're going to send all the kids to their large group, to their connect time in their small groups. Use the rugs, guys. I can't turn a page and hold this apparently. So bring the kids over on the rugs. By the way, if you're not using the rugs every week, please do. I want to keep things consistent, and with like 4 different teams plus a relief team, I don't always remember what I tell people, so I would like you guys to use the rugs, please. If you have pushback, want to talk about it, let me know. I'd like to talk. So we have our 2 worship songs. We're doing the stand out or stand up song. I really like that, and it actually applies really well to this lesson. And I think it's What a Beautiful Name. I'm almost positive. I don't remember. Sorry. It's already loaded in. It's online. So you're going to do those 2 worship songs just the same, and then you have a silly game that you're going to play. It's called What's That Instrument? It's silly, it's fun, it gets them moving, and it's routine, so we're going to keep that, but I am going to take away the intro video. It's about butter skates. It's super silly, and you know I love silly, but it just doesn't seem like the direction we want to go for today. So I took that out, which gives us an extra 3 minutes or 4 minutes, so that's going to be really helpful for us today. All right, so then Jeff, you're going to take it away, and you have a little bit of a teach. Like that game should last about 5 to 7 minutes, and then you have a little bit of a teach. We're teaching about Saul, and then there's the Bible lesson. So then you'll do the candle object lesson. Like I said, we took out the intro, what's called the intro on page 5, and then it'll be the Bible story. And then after Jeff, you're going to give him some Jesus moments here, and then you're going to dismiss into small groups. So we want 25 minutes, really 26 minutes left from the time that Jeff is done teaching. Before parents pick up service. We're expecting to be 72 minutes. So we want, oh gosh, I gotta do math. So I'll figure that out, math later, can't do it on the spot. We want 25 minutes left for a small group at the end versus our usual 10 that we squeeze in. Sometimes we don't even get to small groups, so let's work on that. But this weekend, 25 minutes, please. After that, here's what's gonna happen. I want each one of the leaders at a specific station. You guys can decide what station you want to do. If someone has a really big opinion on what they want, voice it. You guys are going to meet Sunday morning before we're going to do a quick team time. Fun thing is actually we're going to walk through this with the team at team time because I think these are great lessons. I got to tell you, Central Service, I think, knocked this out of the park this week. So this is in no particular order, but what I'm going to do, this is a long video, strap in, but I'm going to give you every detail you want to know, is our sand station. Oops, sorry, hold on. I forgot my... Hope I'm not making you dizzy. Okay, these will be printed at each station here. They're the instructions, okay? So, start over here. Dear God, over here is a basket, and you're like, well, Becky, these kids are going to play with them during hang time. You're right. I'm going to put them away. I'm going to actually have all this on a cart. I just wanted it out so you could see it right now. I will come in 15, 20 minutes into service, and I will actually set all this up while Jeff is teaching. I'll be quiet, okay? So they have this Dear God poster. There are little tiny clipboards and Post-it notes, and there are pens in here, and they're going to write, this thing says, take a Post-it pen and clipboard, find a seat, and write or draw a prayer to God. Okay, these are teeny tiny little clipboard, teeny tiny little Post-its. If they want to do a couple, great. Here. So what I would recommend is just having them kind of spread out in this area. They can even sit near or around that table, okay? And this is kind of the rug for that. Just this area is going to be that area where they're going to put it on the board. Now, they have 5 minutes in each station, 4.5 technically in each station. So if a kid draws a circle or heart and says, I'm done, what do you do next, okay? I want you to we're going to have some Bibles over here, have them read Psalms. They can't read yet? Look at the pictures. This is a quiet thing. Is it okay for them to get up and build a tower with the blocks? Absolutely not. Is it okay for them to go and play basketball because you're on? Absolutely not. We are going to keep this room quiet. Is it going to be hard? Yes, it will, and that's okay. We're going to do hard things. Okay, this next station, sorry, let me grab my thing. If a kid needs more paper, I'm actually going to have just like copy paper that they can draw on. If they're done quickly and they want to move on, they can draw, but they're staying in the station. So you guys aren't going to go to every station. What I'm going to do is have 1 leader per station. That way you just get really good at that one station and you don't have to like figure out each station, all right? So that means that there's a little bit of relationship loss there. You're not going to be the one with the kids the whole time. It might be better because then they'll hear multiple people telling them what to do and not to do. Okay, so then we have this sand, and apparently I don't have the paper for that. 4 spoons intentionally. Do I have more spoons? Yes. Do I want more than 4 hands in this box? No. So what they're going to do is they're going to get a vial. They're going to take the top off. So, Becky, what do I do with my other kids while the kids are waiting? You're going to read whatever's on this paper that I'm going to make sure is printed for you here, okay? So I don't know if I can do this one-handed. There's a thing. There's a funnel. There are 4 funnels, 4 spoons. And this is going to speak to that psalm about God knowing God's thoughts for you outnumber the grains of sand. So if you fill it too much, the stopper won't go on. So you'll help them with that. And then what we're going to do, this is not written in the lesson. This is a Becky abridged version. We are going to collect them here because if this is the first station they do, guess what? The sand is coming out and they're going to spill it or drop it and break it. And so when they're done filling their thing, they're going to write their name on this, and they're going to write it from the bottom backward, this way, okay? So if they're in upper elementary, you can say, hey, here's a challenge. Can you write your name backwards? Start here and write this way. And then they're just going to fold it in half on their vial, and they're going to put it here. We will get these at the end of service and hand them out as kids are leaving, okay? But this is a tangible reminder for them that God thinks about you more than there are grains of sand. His thoughts for you outnumber the grains of sand. Okay, so this should take a while. Bring 4 kids around this table at a time. The other 4 can be sitting, again, reading Psalms. This is quiet reflection. There's going to be reflective music playing the whole time as well. Okay. Okay, let's go over here. And this is about where the stations will be. If we need to make big changes, we can. 11 o'clock, you can be paying attention to this too, but we're just going to change the format of what you do. Here is more of a teaching opportunity. So, Jeff, you might want to do this as the LGL or someone who really likes to teach. You have a script that you're going to go through. I'm not going to go through it now because you can read it, but it's a 3-page script, and you're doing the whole, the age-old pour water in the bowl, drop the pepper in it, line the pepper. We have 2 containers, so use pepper. And then drop a drop or 2 of dish soap. And the whole point is that God cannot be near us with sin, which is why we needed Jesus. And here is this. So again, you're going to read this on your script. You're going to be really familiar with it. I'm just going to say, Jeff, I want you at the station so that you can read the script. You can be really familiar with it, and you're going to walk kids through this, okay? So you have kids all around this table right here. Crowd them all around and do this in the middle. Kids are not doing this. So don't ask if a kid says, oh, I want to help. No. Because there's not enough opportunities to help, and it wouldn't be fair. We all know how unfair life is when you do it that way. So this is not an opportunity for a kid to help you with anything, okay? And then over here, this is a really cool one. This is the God's family tree. We've been talking a lot about that this year. So this is a really neat looking tree. And over here, the kids are going to have a seat on the rug, on the tablecloth. And there are little tags in here. They can pick their favorite color, okay? They're going to look at this list of words of identity. Who God says you are. This is powerful for any. I don't care how old you are. They're going to look at this list, and I want them to kind of be quiet. And you might read some of these. Don't read all these, but we're going to have kindergartners that aren't going to know how to pronounce masterpiece. You might have fourth graders that don't know how to pronounce some of these. That's okay. You're going to read some of these. They might say, what's a masterpiece? You can explain that, okay? So the person who runs this station, this is a more hands-on. This is more of a heart posture thing. So this is going to be more of a quiet activity. And they're going to take one of these tags. Honestly, they can take a few. Look how many we have. And they're going to start with one, and they're going to use the pen in here. And they're going to write something that they really like from this list, okay? And that's who God says they are. What I want them to do, again, not on the script, is to write their name on the back of it. Because if God says it's who you are, I want them to remember that Becky is loved and a citizen of heaven and chosen and all of that, okay? And then this is going to be the hardest part, quite honestly, and I can't think of a way to help with this. These are just a tangled mess. You're going to untangle one of these lovely hooks here. Okay, and you're gonna string this on, here's my example here, on this tree just like this, okay? And when we're done, this is gonna be beautiful and colorful and filled with words about who God says we are in him. Okay, and our last station, this is my favorite station, I think. I don't know, I love them all. This one is You Are God's Masterpiece. And I've written a couple examples here. My team and I wrote a couple examples here. So this says you're going to look in the mirror. So you can have a blank mirror, okay? We just did this as an example. Oh, look, there's me recording a video in a mirror. Weird. They're going to have a blank mirror, and there are pens. And they are going to, as you look in the mirror, ask God what he sees when he looks at you. Write it on the mirror and read it while you look at yourself, again, through God's eyes. Oh, man, right? Pray about what you see and hear. And I have this at the foot of the cross for a reason. This is important. This is beautiful. Let them write. Here's a couple ideas of what to write. Like I said, I did a couple things like God says you are enough. I can't really see it there. Enough. He says you're loved, you're forgiven, you're chosen. So if they're needing help, which I could see them needing help, they're accepted, they're wanted. You kind of just think like, what's the thing that they need to hear? What does God say about them? Okay, long video, and I don't think it really explains at the top. Every single age group is doing this. There is no K2 lesson for this weekend. There is online because other campuses don't combine their rooms. I didn't want to mess with that. I think this is a great lesson, and I want all of our kids to be able to experience it. So if you're a K2 leader normally, don't look at the lesson. In fact, I took it off Planning Center because it's not real. You're going to read the 3rd through 5th lesson. I'm going to reiterate this in the text message that I sent you, so if you're confused, check it out. But please just know going into your preparation, spend a little bit more time prepping for this weekend than you normally do, okay? And then looking ahead, May 12th is a salvation and baptism lesson. It's going to have a similar format with response stations and a little bit different. So the key highlights here, each team member will be at a station. The kids will rotate around. You'll have to help them rotate, of course. There are quiet music playing, and when that song is over, that's when you go to the next station. Any way that the kids can go and play when they're done. I'm actually going to have tablecloths over some of the toys, so it's not even an option. I'm going to be in here to help you set up. There's no K2 lessons, all 3rd through 5th, okay? If we just blow through this so fast, I did put the intro that I took out because it was kind of silly at the end. So if kids are done and they're like, what now? Maybe we don't have as many kids as we've been having. I think we will, whatever. I had that there. So if everyone is done, you can bring everyone back to the center of the rug. You can watch that video. You can also do another worship song, okay? But we want to end this not in crazy chaos, but intentionally. Okay, now 11 o'clock. Everything I said is true and the same for you, other than I only have 3 of you this weekend, and that's going to be great. So what you're going to do is you're going to break your team up into 2, and you guys, you are going to need to know how to do all of this. And I would like Bill, you can be the person to help a kiddo if they need help at a certain area. So, I forget. I think it's Drew and Brian are in here. And so Drew, you're going to teach from the stage. You'll do the thing quickly, and then you'll just divide it in half. If you want to do K2 through 5th grade, if you just want to number them off, that might be better. So there's different age groups helping different kids and things like that. Each station will have a couple Bibles. So if kids are trying to kill time, have them look up Bible verses and read to each other. If you're done as a group together and you still have time, read those verses out loud over them. Really just come up with some things in your back pocket that you have prepared in the event that you are done and you have some time left, because playing is not an option. Okay, super long video, but I really wanted to be detailed. Like I mentioned, we're actually going to walk through this in team time, so I'm going to let you guys practice. With the exception of making the sand, the serving team will get to do this. So we'll decide right away who's doing what group. Again, if you have a solid idea other than Jeff, I want you on the sin. Oh, that sounds weird. Jeff, I want you on the dish soap one. I don't have preferences where anyone else goes, so please just pick something and learn it, and it's going to be great. I'm really excited for this weekend. I can't wait to do this with you. Thanks, team.